Back here in Onalaska, we wrap this one up. It is now time for the Aldersons Awards West post-game show for trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more. Go to aldersons.net for their full catalog. Welcome back to Onalaska. I am Matthew King, joined alongside Jeff Matarochi. If you're watching this one live or on demand, or if you're just checking it out in the post-game show section of the recap on Eli Sports Network, it was really an impressive performance for the Loggers. Special teams kind of hurt them last week in Tenino. They were able to correct those mistakes. Got that long punt return for a touchdown by Wani Barr. That was after a blocked punt gave them the short field. They were able to punch that one in as well. And then in the second half, it was just their defense was too much for Toledo to really get back into it. And they just rode Marshall Haight for the rest of the way. He was just an absolute monster out there for Onalaska. For Toledo, you know, they had some opportunities. Really, their defense played pretty well. Their defense really only had those two drives that they gave up points on where Onalaska was able to march it down the field. They had the punt return and then the short field that they were able to not have to go very far. Were able to punch it in pretty easily. So this Toledo defense really made a statement. They looked pretty solid out there. The offense, though, just had troubles getting things going from the get-go. They were able to find their way onto the scoreboard at least there in the fourth quarter, so that is a good sign for them. Hopefully they can build some momentum for the rest of the season as they have their first defeat of the season. Next week they will travel to take on Kingsway Christian in that one. Onalaska, they will head down to Oregon to take on Sutherland next Saturday. That one's scheduled for a 2 p.m. kickoff. The Loggers will look to take their talents out of state for that one. Let's go ahead and get to our players of the game. First, our home team, we're going to start with our visiting team MVP, brought to you by Pacific Sports Spa in Chehalis. Pacific Sports Spa can get you back in the game in a hurry and is the leader in rapid recovery. Get yourself game ready at Pacific Sports Spa. For the Toledo Riverhawks, had to go with the quarterback Wyatt Neff. Played pretty well on offense and defense. Didn't really talk too much about him defensively, but he was up there making tackles, and as a quarterback, staying in the action there. That shows off your toughness, shows off how much you want to win your drive. So impressed from Wyatt Neff there. He finishes 20 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Didn't have the best passing game. Turned the ball over a few times, but was just getting rushed. This Onalaska defense line was in his face the entire game, but Wyatt Neff showing off his toughness at quarterback. Congratulations to him. Now we move to our home team MVP, brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center in Chehalis, Centralia, and South Bend. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. For the Onalaska Loggers, had to go with the fullback Marshall Haight. Just an absolute workhorse. If your last name's Haight in Onalaska, you are going to touch the football, you're going to get a lot of carries, and you're going to earn some hard-fought yards. He just takes shots from the get-go and just keeps those legs churning. It's the life of a fullback. It's not glamorous. It is physical. It is tough. It is hard, but he does a fantastic job at it. He finishes with 26 carries, 190 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. He's also extremely physical on defense, always getting in there. So congratulations to Marshall Haight, our Thorbeck's MVP for this one. That is going to do it. Again, the final score, Onalaska defeats Toledo 36-6. The Loggers moving to 2-2. Toledo drops to 4-1 as they get things set for Kingsway Christian next week. And again, Onalaska heading down to Sutherland, take on that school from Oregon. For my partner, Jeff Matarochi, I am Matthew King. Thank you so much for tuning in to high school sports on Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. We look to see you down the road for more here on ESN. Have yourselves a great rest of your night.